live. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year. I wanted to do PCOM for you guys because you guys have been asking about it. Well, several people have asked me about it. So if you don't know what PCOM is, it's Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. And it has like a couple campuses, if I'm not mistaken, like one in Philadelphia and one in Georgia. And so if I can, I'll get to both of them. If not, I'll have to save one for another time. Okay, but let's get into it. Let me just pull it up so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. PA program. And don't forget, you guys, like if you are interested in another, in having me do like another school, then go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. And I will, try to get that school out for you at some point in time as well. Okay, PCOM PA program. I don't know which one this is. Well, let's just go back to the main. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with you guys so you can see exactly what I am talking about. Then we can go from there. Share. Hold on, you guys. I'm almost there. All right, so here we go. This is PCOM. It's Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, as I said. And I mean, if you don't know about osteopathic medicine, it's just like another route. You have your MDs and then your DOs are your doctors of osteopathic medicine. So just another way of becoming like knowledgeable about medicine, and osteopathic medicine kind of looks at the whole body. In terms of their teaching, it's like a little bit more holistic as well. Okay. So here it says students may enroll at either our Suwanee, Georgia location or our main campus in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So 2 campuses that you can go to. Let's see just kind of what they have on their main page. So their accreditation status, I don't know. Let's see which one this is. So the Philadelphia accreditation, Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine has continued accreditation. I don't know if this is their main campus or if it's both campuses or how they're breaking this up, but continued accreditation, and their next review will not be until March 2028. So let's see. So let's just go to the main one. Let me see. So this is like a little bit, I don't know how to say. I feel like it's a little confusing on how to like get to exactly what I'm trying to get to. Like there's a lot going on. Let's go to application requirements. All right. Let's look at main campus. All right. So here's their main campus site, their Philadelphia campus site. Programs of study. See, and then you still have to pick a program. So this is like a little bit much, you guys, in terms of getting to the actual PA site, but we gonna get there. All right, here's physician assistant studies. So I was there before, I guess. Y'all, how many PAs does it take to go through this one website? All right, let's just go here. Let's go to the side. It says program details. So I'm seeing this. Program description. I always tell you guys to go through like the goals and the mission and the description of each program to see exactly what you're getting into. This is a 26-month program. My program was 27 months. Other programs are 24 months. So it's just a matter of like, what are you looking for? So it has 12 months of clinical, like your clinical year, like your rotations, and then 14 months of didactic. So that's how they break theirs up. And that's it for that part. Let's go to their goals. To identify for admission those individuals with prerequisite academic background, a strong interest in the PA career, excellent interpersonal skills, and the maturity necessary for PA education. Okay, let's look at these stats. PCOM receives over 4,000 completed and verified applications for both campuses. Okay, probably the Philadelphia location might receive a little bit more. So even if it were like 2,500 to 1,500 or something like that, that's a lot of applicants that you're going up against. And it says, and we in 2020, in the 2019-2020 school year, we had more than 44 applicants competing for every one seat in the class. I don't know what that statement's all about. Okay, that's cool. It would be, maybe in here we'll find out a little bit more of how many seats exactly. Maybe it's 44 seats. I don't know. 1,000 graduates. Okay. The program's average pass rate, PANCE pass rate is 98%. Past 5 years. So that's good. 93% in the clinical skills, and an average of 97% in attitudes towards patients, colleagues, and other professional roles. Okay, so this is not the PANCE pass rate. This is just the program's overall pass rate. And we'll probably get to the PANCE pass rate at some point. Okay, let's go to technical standards. No, I don't want to see that. Let's go to what's course sequence. So this just shows you like what you would be doing in your first your first year of PA school, like the classes that you would take each term. Let's see if they have a total. So a total of 154 hours. So that's a pretty extensive, rigorous program. There are like master's programs that are like 50 credit hours, and this one is 150. So kind of cool. Oh, what are you doing? Oh my gosh.
Are you on?
I am. Yes, I'm on. I'm looking. What did this? Do you guys know? They can't see you. You're not even in the frame. Anthony's here, you guys. There he is.
Oh, look, I'm black and mug. Hold on, you taking all the light. All right.
Okay.
So we doing this together? All right,
sure. Oh yeah, come on. So you coming on this side?
What's up, y'all? What's up? I'm here to give some different perspective on this school.
Okay,
what school we doing?
We're doing PCOM. Are you in the frame? Do I need to what do I need to do for you so that you're a little lit up?
Well, I'm a little black. Like black.
I know.
Dark,
Here, this is what I can do. I can put it on autofocus and it will focus on you if you're sitting here.
There you go.
Warren says, are you a PA as well?
Yeah, a perfect Anthony is what I'm called. No, I'm just playing. I ain't no PA, man. I'm just here to support my wife and give some perspective of somebody who don't know anything about these schools. So that's why I'm here. A little comic relief. I ain't gonna stay a while, but go ahead, babe. Finish your stuff.
Okay, so we were just looking at the course sequence. I like to look at the faculty and staff pictures if they have any. Let's see. All right, so here's their faculty. Mr. Becker is the coordinator of clinical sciences. Let's see, did the director of the program, she's the director of didactic studies. So she's like the main person for the first year. Oh, look, he kind of looks young. Sean is the assistant program director. Was there a program director anywhere else? He's director of clinical studies. Okay, so here he is, this guy right here. He's the dean of the School of Health Sciences. So he's over all of health sciences. So if you're doing any of these, like forensic medicine, microbiology, all of that stuff. And I'm looking for the director of the program, but I didn't see her.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
This is for them. So a lot of these people, if you keep scrolling, all these people got like phone numbers and email addresses. Is it a good idea or a bad idea for a pre-PA student to actually reach out to one of these people personally for any reason whatsoever?
I think it's a good idea depending on who exactly you're reaching out to. So for me, if like I am a prospective PA student, and I want to know like a little bit more about didactic year or just kind of like the admissions process, I would reach out to the clinical director of didactic year. Or you can also reach out to some of these people who are like the assistants.
Reach out to say what?
To say, hey, my name is Adanna. I'm a prospective student, and I just had a couple questions that I couldn't really find on the site. Or maybe it's a matter of like I had a little bit more in-depth questions, and I wanted to know if you could take a minute out of your time to answer it for me. And then you put your question in there. Like, don't have this be a multiple emails and then see what they do. It's not gonna, it's not gonna hurt.
So what are some cons? Like, if you want, if someone to properly do this, because I'm serious. Like, if I'm a student, I feel like I could either be hurting myself by doing this or helping myself, because you don't want to be a person that's like, who's this person trying to contact me? And they're trying to get into the school. Like, you have to come across like you're not.
Sometimes like, what's the word? The thing, fortune favors the bold. So, sometimes it's a matter of you got to step out of your comfort zone or step out on faith and just kind of shoot your shot. And if you're really trying to get into PA school,
your shot.
you gotta.
That's what I did with Adanna. I said, let me shoot my shot.
Listen,
bang, bang. That's what I got it too. Bang, 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 bang.
Let's get back to this, Ann. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there are some cons. Like maybe you might get somebody who's like a little, I don't know, like not really wanting to be helpful, I would say, but I don't think that it hurts. It is a risk, but I think it's a risk that if you're interested in the program, if you legitimately have like a question that you cannot find on the website, then go ahead and ask it. I mean, they might look at it like, oh, this person actually did their research and there's something that they can't find on here. Let me see what I can do. As opposed to you asking a question like, what's your average GPA? And it's like the first thing on the website.
So that's important. So don't go trying to contact them for stuff that they can
that
find
you can already find. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I switched it up and went to the program statistics. This is always good information for you guys to look at via their like acceptance and their acceptance and matriculation. So from there, they have stats from 2017 all the way to 2021. So number of applicants has steadily increased, right? Slightly here. In 2020, look at this. Wow. They went from 2,000 applicants in 2019 to 2,600 in 2020 to 3,121. So the applicant pool is getting wider and wider and crazier. And look at their cumulative, their average GPA for the entering class, 3.7. So this is why I always tell you guys, like the GPA is like the key. It's what kind of gets you in the door, because that's what allows them to see you, to be like, oh, okay, let me look a little bit closer at this application. But all of these extracurricular things, like what you've done for your patient care experience, your personal statement, that is what is going to get you the offer for the interview. So you can't pass this. I know like a lot of people are always like, oh man, like I have like a 2.5 GPA. Like, is there a school that will take me? Maybe. I don't know.
No, there is no.
No, maybe.
Keep it real. Keep it real. If it say 3.0, you must have a 3.0.
But it's not. I'm not talking about schools that actually have a listed GPA, because there are some schools like Meharry I just did that does not have a listed GPA. So who knows? Maybe, right?
So specifically for schools that do not have a listed GPA, go ahead and put your 1.8 out there and see what happens.
But now, if it was me, I wouldn't put my 1.8 out there. I would try to be the best me that I can be to apply to that program. And that means boosting my GPA, because I know that it's going to show like your GPA also kind of gives them an assessment of who you can be as a student. So you want to keep that in mind. Okay.
Let me just get this question for you. Caleb said, would you recommend asking PAC program boards for academic exceptions in prerequisites like calculus?
No, I would not recommend asking for any exceptions. Just look at what their prerequisite requirements are, and you got to do it. Like, that's what it is. I think a lot of times we try to like skate around like what is listed. Like these are your set rules, right? Like if there are exceptions, they'll have it listed on their website. So for them, this is what they want, and you just have to do it. If you don't have calculus, then try to take it as a summer class where you're doing it for like 4 to 6 weeks and not a full like 12-week semester. and then get it knocked out that way. But to try to say like, hey, you know, like I took algebra, I didn't get the calculus. Would you accept that? I wouldn't do that.
Why?
I mean, because again, to me, for me, I feel like it would show that I'm trying to like skate the process, or I'm trying to like, you know, and that can be negative to a prospective director or a program, because it'll be like, oh, well, this is the type of person that I'm going to be letting in, somebody who is going to just kind of fly by the wayside or do the bare minimum or try
past the rules and regulations and stuff.
Yeah. So I wouldn't do that. Okay. So this was their cumulative undergraduate GPA for 2021. What is this? Cumulative undergraduate GPA for 2021. I don't know. Oh, for the entering class based on I don't know what the difference is, but no, this is Georgia. Okay, so this one is their Philadelphia campus here, and then this is their Georgia campus. So again, has steadily increased. And obviously, look, their Suwanee, Georgia campus has gotten a 900 fold from what they've originally had. And so maybe, you know, you might be interested in going to that one.
Look at the total number on 2021. Was that 1977? So it's significantly less applicants. So maybe if that is something you're trying to choose between, maybe you want to try to apply to the one that has less applicants. Georgia.
Correct.
As opposed to Philly.
Correct.
Even though Philly pretty nice. You know, Philly, all right.
That is great. Oh, look, this is pretty good. And I like a smaller class, you know, size. However, the fact that there are 110 possible seats here and 100, I don't know what their maximum size is. I don't know if this is what they listed it as or what the ones for the next upcoming semester, like year, will be. So maybe 2022, it might still be 110. Maybe that's the max that they can have. But if that's it, that's a lot of seats that you guys have to kind of get into. Like we were about 1,500, I think, or 1,700 applications for 30 seats. Okay. And so if you're getting 3,000 for 100, it's about the same, but I mean, your chances are a little bit higher than you applying to a school that only has like 25 or 30 or 40 seats. So that's good. It shows that the entering class is only like 93 or 85. So that may mean that some people didn't pan out, you know, like they chose other programs, or, you know, they decided not to go to PA school anymore. It could be a number of different things. Their attrition rate, look at this though. So this is the thing to look at. So this is how many students like they lose. Okay. And so you see like here, this year, their attrition rate was low, almost the lowest. The first like 2018, it was the lowest, but here it's jumped up. Like,
well, it only jumped up because there's more people in the class too. So if
but at the same time, you want to make sure that whatever program you're going to will be able to keep the students and has things put in place to keep their students. So this is always something to look at. It's not to say that it's a major red flag or anything like that. I think if this attrition rate was like, I don't know, 10 or something, like I'd be a little bit scared. But you know, something to look into. You want to make sure that they have the tools.
I'm a numbers guy, y'all. So I would look at the percentages too. So like, you know, what is that percentage? If it's 6.5 attrition rate and you have 93 that's entering the class, you know, you kind of look at the percentages, you know, do that math and figure out, is that a 3%, a 2%, 5%? Because I don't know what percentage would be good or not as far as people leaving, but anything 5% or less sounds nice to me.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's good. All right, so I like to look at the demographics of who they're letting into their programs. So
where the black people at? Here we go. Where the black people at? How many black people?
So is the blacks black?
Yeah, they dark blue.
Oh, okay.
It's actually kind of worse.
I was like,
you so black, you blue? Dad, you couldn't even make us black. Like make us regular black.
All right, so mixed race and blacks are the same, which is kind of cool.
Oh, you mean the percentage?
The percentage is 14.5. Asians are 5.5%. Hispanics, so Hispanic and Asians were the same.
I gotta be honest, this looks okay. Like in comparison to what you might typically see, because obviously I've seen a lot of, class.
Yeah,
step
3%. 3% is the typical.
When you're seeing, what's the white percentage?
It's 58.
The 58% white is actually, this is one of the more diverse type of classes I've seen. And look at Georgia. Wait, what are black people though? Is the black people?
The black people are lowest.
Wait,
in
who's the
Georgia.
yellow? Who's the yellow?
This is Asian and this is mixed race. So maybe there might be some black people up in here too.
Yeah, that's
but the
34%. That's actually pretty diverse. Like if you're a minority and you're watching this and you're looking for a program that is friendly to minorities, both of these look, unfortunately, it's not as diverse as you'd want it to be, but at the same time, it's more diverse than a lot of these other programs I've seen.
It is. And then this is always an accurate assessment of like the PA profession. It's more heavily like female driven than it is male. So, it's kind of on par. All right, and so let's look at how much it will cost. So to go to the Philadelphia campus, it's $100,000 for your academic time there, and to go to the Georgia campus, it's $112,000. So a little bit more expensive to go to Georgia, which I don't know why. I feel like it would be more expensive to go to the Philly campus.
You know why? Because they probably think you can afford a little more in Georgia because it's so much cheaper to live there. So they're gonna charge more to balance out how cheap it is to live there.
I don't know. I mean, we'd have to look and see what
that's significant too. $12,000.
I don't think I want to do all of that. I'm gonna go back. I don't want to do all of that. All right. What do we have left? Mean time of completion. Okay, so this is showing you like how many people withdrew.
1.7, that's good.
So 1.7%. Is it saying like one person? So out of a class of 60, one person withdrew.
Class start date 2019.
Is that what that means? 28, 29, 30, 31. I don't know if the numbers are the total like number of people in the class, but 6.3, so 6.3% or 2 people withdrew, and then 2 people, they probably like decelerated, meaning that like in some schools they give you the option, like if you didn't pass didactic year, you get to take it over again. Now, obviously that means like you got to spend, another like 50 grand for that year on top of, the next 50 grand for the following year of clinicals, but you're still in the running to become a PA. And if that's really what you feel called to do, then, I would do it, but that's always an option.
As you're doing that, Grant Jones, what up, Grant? Grant said, do I need a 4-year bachelor degree or would a BSN in nursing work?
So you just need a bachelor's degree. So, I mean, even if it's a BSN in nursing, you would have had to have gotten either an associate's degree first and then completed your 2-year bachelor's aspect of it to be a 4-year degree for your BSN in nursing, or you just get an outright bachelor's like a biomedical sciences or biology or, psychology, whatever it is that you want to do. But to be eligible to apply to the majority of PA schools, you have to have a bachelor's degree. There are some programs that are direct entry. So what that means is you would go straight from high school into the program. So it's like an undergraduate and master's program in one, but you just kind of have to find those. So if you're already pursuing a bachelor's, then, you just have to complete it. All right, so I like looking at these PANCE pass rates. This is like big for me. So they have the last 5 years. They don't have 2021 yet. And we're looking at PCOMs, first-time test takers, and then what their pass rate is to the national average, okay? So class of 2016 had 100% pass rate. Same with 2017. Same with 2018. So it kind of slipped a little in 2019.
Why is that drop off?
So 2019 was the year that they did a new version of the boards, and so every school really had like a drop off. There are some schools that didn't, but the majority of programs had a drop off in their PANCE pass rate. And look at
but
the,
why?
I mean, you
Was
can
it
look
harder? Was it more like what?
I don't know if it's necessarily that it was harder. It was just different content and, you know, how you're answering the questions and things like that. And with any time there's a new aspect of a standardized test, there is going to be some type of drop off in the actual like rate that people are passing it. And so you can see that even in the national average, right? There's like, it went from 98% to 93%. The following year, and now it's ticking back up as people are getting more used to teaching for the boards. So not too bad. This is different than what I typically see, because I like to see exactly, and I don't know if I'd have to download it, which I don't want to do, but I like to see the like official PANCE part that actually says like how many people took the test for the first time, how many took it again and passed after that. And that's like usually in like a purple box. So maybe if you download their 5-year PANCE report here, it would show that breakdown, but that's also good to see if you're interested in looking at that. Let's see about the program. I want to see. I don't know if I couldn't find anything.
I saw a cost of program. Did you already talk about that?
Well, yeah, because it said 111,000 for the Georgia one. That's what we were talking about.
Does it break down? Does it break down that cost? Like, what is that pay for?
It does, but I have to go in. Like, I think it does, but I had to go into the thing. Oh, okay. See, so let's see, room and board.
So this is where you can find out how you can save money too, probably. Yeah. Like if you're worried about the financial side of things, getting into PA school, your budget, your money, dive deep into the cost of the school and see where you can save money.
Transportation.
Like what is that? What is $3,000 for transportation?
I don't know.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, and I don't know how this is like built.
Hold on, what are these different columns? What is that?
So this is for
year
each
one.
year.
Okay, so
right?
Year 1, Year 2, and Year 3. Year 2, you're paying $3,000 for transportation.
And that's because you're doing clinicals, and so maybe they're but my thing is, I don't know if this is like the actual overall, so it's estimated, right? So total estimated. So it's not really like truly what you're going to spend, but I think they're taking into consideration if you're traveling to and from your different clinical sites, you know, you might spend $3,000 in transportation for the year.
And let me help you guys out too. It's like on the money side of stuff, right? So when I'm looking at this, my mind is looking at most people are looking at this number here. Most people are looking at this $178,000, right? You're looking at it like, what the freak? I got that money. Slow down, right? What you can do is break it down. Look at each individual thing. So like you'll see this. You'll see, oh, $216 for student loan fees, right? Take a second and think, where can I get that? Right? Can someone sponsor you $216 just to pay for that? Can you do work 2 extra days on a job just to pay for that, right? How can you get that $216? This $1,800 for transportation. First of all, scratch that. That's stupid.
You walk
ain't nobody freaking.
You walking everywhere.
I ain't walking freaking. So I'm riding with somebody. I ain't paying $1,800 or $3,000 for nothing. We riding together. I'm making some friends, and we gonna do some stuff together.
You cutting it in half.
We cutting that in a quarter. But the point I'm making is, you guys look at each one of these things, even the big numbers, right? Even the big numbers. If you do have to stay room and board, utilities, right? Even looking at the big numbers, look at that 24,000 as opposed to looking at 178,000 and figure out how you can get this. All right.
And I mean, again, this is estimated, like the actual cost of the program, like what you have to pay is $103,000, right? So all of this extra, like $75,000 worth of expenses that they're calculating for you, you can dictate exactly how that is broken down and what you're spending your money on. So a little bit more than 100,000, obviously, for your entire schooling, with all of your extra added expenses. But this right here is really the number that you have to understand. Like, okay, this is what is coming out of my pocket for my education. All of these other numbers you can dictate. All right. let me see what else. I think like I want to actually see like what their requirements are and things like that. So let me see if I could find that. Frequently asked questions. No.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm trying to know where. So it's taking me to CASPA. So they're a CASPA participating program. So you know your first, if this is your first school that you're applying to, it's like $100 and I believe $75 for that first program, and then $55 for each added program after that. See, and I do you see it anywhere, babe? I'm trying to find like the requirements.
Well, so this is if PCOM sees this video, here's a note for you guys. If you can make that, because that's important. Like, I mean, that's a significant thing. That should be very easily accessible on your website.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm
very easily accessible. What happened when you click learn more? Oh,
here we go.
Application. There we go.
Application requirements.
All right, so then they just said, "Yo, why don't you click our buttons?"
All of them, though.
Why don't you click?
But I mean, dang, I gotta go through all the tabs.
And then they learn more. What do you mean learn more?
That's the first thing you want to know.
What is required? Not learn more. I done learned. That's stupid, you guys. That's stupid. That they need to fix that.
Oh gosh, let's see. Okay, where are we at? Application requirements. Oh my goodness.
Just skim through this, Joan.
I'm trying to find, I have to find physician assistant first and then.
Oh, there we go. Okay, here goes some basic stuff. Start at the top. Quick facts right there at the top. Look, right down low. Right there.
I mean, yeah, I don't care about that though. We already been through that. I'm talking about like, what are your requirements?
For what?
For like, hey, what's your average, your GPA requirements? What are your prerequisite requirements? Like, what courses do I need to have?
PCOM don't care. They don't have any requirements. It's just, yo, are you breathing?
Oh my god!
Oh, it said right there. Undergrad. It said requirements down low. Undergraduate degree requirements for PCOM.
But that's the degree. Well, okay, hold on. The PA Studies program will accept courses and labs completed online or on campus. Oh, that's good. Okay, so you guys, I've had a lot of questions about, if I went to school online or if I got an online degree, will they accept it? And they accept programs and courses completed online. Right here, it says it right here. So that's good to know. And then you have to have graduated from.
It says labs online too.
Yeah, I mean, because there's another program. So University of New England, they do online lab classes for your science, like for people that are pursuing a healthcare degree. So it's good to have that as an option if you can't go in person. Like that's usually the thing that trips people up is, yeah, you can take the class, but can you take the lab online? And there are places that will offer that. But regionally accredited college or university from the US, Canada, or United Kingdom. Okay, those are their areas that they will accept it from. So grade no lower than a C is what they are requiring. Well, that doesn't give me anything. Okay, letters of recommendation. It will likely you have so they participate with CASPA, so you have an option of doing, I believe it's 3 letters of recommendation. It might be 5 now, but you can ask up to 3 people, I would say, to get you a letter of recommendation, and they'll all have whatever school you're applying to will have access to those letters of recommendation through CASPA. Let's look at this. Okay, so I don't see. Oh, no, standardized test scores are not required or reviewed for admission. So they don't require GRE, PA CAT, MCAT, none of that, you guys. So for those of you who are like, I don't want to take the GRE, I don't want to take the PA CAT, this is a school for you. This is a school for you. Okay, maybe it's here. Coursework. All right. Yes, finally, this is what I was looking at. So these are the prerequisite courses that you need to take. So your general biology, obviously your general chemistry. They want you to have another biology coursework. So it can be either microgenetics, it can be any other biology, immunology, whatever you want. Anatomy and physiology, 8 credit hours, meaning that's anatomy and physiology 1 and 2. With the labs, and then health science related course or physics. So again, here's like immunology, biology. So essentially like another biology course, or you can do physics if you want, a social science. And so they're asking for 9 credits of social science. So that is actually like, you will do like general psychology, and then you can do abnormal and developmental psychology, because there are a lot of PA programs that require either or, abnormal or developmental. So if you are interested in applying to like a program like this that doesn't give you something specific and it gives you a range of things that you can do, you can use that to be eligible to apply to other programs. And then 6 credit hours of statistics. Oh, this is what is this? All prerequisite coursework, again, you can't have anything lower than a C. All the math prerequisites have to have been completed within 10 years, all the science and math. So that's important to note. So these, and what you might want to clarify is like your social sciences, right? So I know it says science, but typically like a lot of schools don't really care about these social sciences being completed within the 10 years. But since it says all science and math prerequisites, you might just want to like make sure that it's done, or you can call the school and ask them if this statement applies to the social sciences as well. One course cannot be used to satisfy multiple prerequisite courses. Okay, so that's also something to keep in mind, because I was thinking like I mentioned immunology for this aspect of like other biology coursework, but if you had immunology here, you can't use immunology here on this health sciences stuff. So just again, you have to read all of these fine prints, because all of this makes a difference. And this will be like the making or breaking of your application, because if you do something that is not actually like allowed, or, you know, if you were trying to use one class to satisfy 2 of the different prerequisites, your application would be void. Like you wouldn't have a completed application. So just be mindful of all of these little nuances. And their minimum GPA is a 3.0. So we can have it here for both science and undergrad. All right. And can you take prerequisites at a community college? The PA studies program will accept credits completed at a community college.
Is there any PA program that doesn't accept community college credit?
Yes, it just depends on the level, because sometimes like community college courses are like 200, because it's through here. Like
but when that turns off, it's connected to
that. So but it's not off. It's just the video is off.
Okay, you're not listening to professional.
Okay, professional. Okay. Could you guys hear me? Could you guys hear us talking?
Go ahead.
It's what? Okay. All right. We'll see. And let me know if you guys could hear us talking when that thing was off.
This is the competition. I know my.
But yes. So back to your question about community college. So some of these community colleges, like the level of the credit classes are like 200 or 100 credit hour classes, and the schools require like a 300 or 400 level class. And so if that's the case, then it wouldn't accept it. But there, like, it doesn't have anything based on that. They will accept community college courses. So that's good. I mean, I like the program. I like the fact that they don't require any standardized tests. I like, it's right on par with everything in terms of like a 3.0 and out of a 4.0 GPA scale and all of that stuff. Like the only thing that I had difficulty with was finding all of this information as I had to like scroll through all of these tabs. But other than that, I think it's good. Oh, let me show you the admissions staff, okay? Because these are kind of like the people that you would reach out to if you had a question.
Whoa! Whoa! Do I see diversity under that mug?
Oh yeah.
Whoa! You got females, you got dudes, you got mixed, races and stuff.
Yeah.
You got people wearing glasses, and half bald, long hair, rosy cheeks. Yo, this is beautiful. This is rare to me,
I like
guys.
I like it.
This is rare. You even got a brother. Like, that's very rare, a African-American male. But this is really cool, man. Really cool. Everybody, well done pictures, professional. The smiles look genuine. Let me see those of them joints. Because you can tell a fake smile.
What do you mean? Like,
let me just see these
from
smiles.
the top?
Everyone looks genuine. Go down.
Jonathan over here, he didn't want to smile.
No, but that's genuine. That's my boy. That's Mr. Cox. That's Dr. Cox. He knows.
He's not doctor.
Whatever he is, he is a doctor, right?
No, he's not. He's a master's
whatever
of
he
science
is,
in
he
education.
doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's genuine, man. That's legit. No, for real, seriously, that's a very diverse group. So this is the admission
I like
staff.
it. So this is your admission staff. So if you guys had, let's see if oh no, we can't. So they're like, they don't have their information here. In terms of, look, there's more. Oh, this is the Georgia staff.
Okay, more diversity. This is really nice though, you guys. I gotta admit, that's really, and they had, when it comes to diversity at these schools, really anywhere, but you do have to be intentional, you want to pick the best people for the job, while at the same time, to be diverse, or to not be diverse is also intentional too. So both can be intentional, but the intentional of being diverse is really beneficial to you. When you're looking at schools and you see a more diverse staff or faculty, people in charge of the program, that's only going to help you, both if you're a minority and not, because you want to be able to have that engagement with a diverse staff. You want to be able to know how to talk to people and how people's personalities are from all different walks of life. That helps everybody. So look for that. And if you see that, that's a big plus.
So although these people don't have, like, you can't click on them to find their information in the like their contact information, what you can do, I think I saw there was something about a directory, but what I have done in the past was I just looked at these people's names, and then I looked at the people that actually had information, like their email addresses available, and looked at the format on what the school email address was, and then I just likened that to this. And I mean, it's hit or miss. You might get the person, you might not, but it's a try.
You can also just make a quick call to the main office
and get their email or contact information. Yeah. So all right, cool. So that's that, you guys. So
a comment question from real quick. From what you call him? Caleb. What's up, Caleb? Caleb said, would you recommend asking a PAC program boards for academic exceptions in prerequisites like calculus? Oh, did I already ask that?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Let me move on. This one says, oh, my bad. It was the wrong one. It says, this is a comment. The thing with PCOM on CASPA is that they don't have you match your courses.
I mean, I don't know if that's like really a big issue that you can't match your courses yourself. You know, like you, as long as you do well in those sciences, like the admissions counselors, I'm sure will do their best to make sure that they kind of choose the best course that you have done. So I don't really think that is something like for you to like be too concerned about. I think the main focus is just making sure that you're doing the best in the prerequisites that they're asking for.
A. Landry said, yes, we can. And they were talking about hearing us.
Oh.
Look,
yeah, see?
Hold on. Hold on. That doesn't mean necessarily that I was wrong.
Whatever. Beatface Danny asked me, how many schools would you recommend applying to? And my answer for this is always as many schools as you possibly can. Like for me, I want to make sure that I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. So I would get as many schools. I would apply. What is wrong with you? Why are you laughing?
Can we just take a quick second, quick pause? Beat face Danny? That's your name?
Yeah,
What does that
because
mean?
her face is beat. You don't know. You don't.
What is
That's
beat
the
face
problem.
Danny?
When your face is beat,
Beat
is
face
like
Danny? That's negative, ain't it?
no.
What is beat face?
Means like your face, like your makeup is bomb. Shut up.
Beat face? That's a negative.
Dang, I got you, girl.
Sorry.
Like don't
But
mind.
your picture's nice. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Why
that's
is
the
beat face
point.
Danny? You
Because
don't look
her
beat.
face is beat.
No, to switch that up, beat face. You're about beautiful face. Like that's a different.
Every, that's the terminology. You're just not with it.
I
You
ain't
old
with
head.
that. I'm old school. We used to call the females beautiful, not beat. Dang.
It's
man.
when their makeup is like bomb and it looks good.
The bomb
It's
face
beat.
Danny or something.
Well, that could be negative
Sorry.
connotation as well.
I know what bomb means.
Oh
beat.
God, that's just because you old.
Beat face.
Anyway, so
sorry,
yeah,
but you're
so
beautiful. You're
as
beautiful.
many schools as you can, okay, as many schools as you can afford to, because it's expensive applying to PA programs. Like I said, it's $175 and then $55 each subsequent school. So if you have a budget of like $500 that you're trying to spend on applications, then you do the math and how many schools would that be, right? I don't know. I think it's like 7 or so. If you have a smaller budget, then that's how many schools that you can apply to. And then, like Aunt said, another thing is, you know, like around like your birthday time, if you have a spring birthday or something like that, and people are trying to get you presents, be like, yo, you know, you can sponsor one of my school applications.
Presents. Make that a Christmas thing, whatever.
Yeah. So you can ask people to help you out in terms of that $55 or work a couple extra shifts, however you want, but as many schools as you can.
To Danny too. One more thing. So one thing I learned just from watching Adanna just now is how important it is to actually research every program, right? So because that takes into consideration how many you should, you know, recommend applying to. Because one thing is if you're what's hard is that you actually have to research each program specifically in order to figure out what their specific needs and requirements are.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Like that's a lot. That's like a job. Like you need to take a good couple weeks to literally just treat that as your job and go through each school and specifically and write it down, plan out on a piece of paper or whatever, what you need for this school, what you don't have. Boom, that's that school. And then do the same thing for each and every single program.
Yeah, and it can be tedious, honestly, but there are like different programs and things out there that can help like mitigate some of that like tedious, like busy work of making sure that you have all of your ducks in a row, I guess you could say, for each program. But you just have to either buy into them or do the work yourself. So that's the thing. But yes, you do have to do your research on every program. And then you have to also kind of narrow it down yourself. Like say, okay, I only want to apply to schools in Florida, Georgia, and, you know, I don't know, South Carolina or something, whatever the case may be. Like you have your little, your area that you want to stay in, and that will help you narrow down the amount of schools that you can.
But as many as you can. At the end of the day, as many as you can. As many as your money will allow you to, your time will afford you to, as many as you can, because the more you apply to, the more you're opening up your chances.
Your chances.
So as many as you can. There's no recommended number. As many as you can.
All right. So Caleb said, do all PAC programs require all sciences to be taken with labs? At my first college in Toledo 5 years ago, I took first level biology there, but there was never a lab to go with it. And so not all schools require their sciences with labs, but the majority of schools do. And then it just depends on the class. So typically your anatomy and physiology always has to be with a lab. I've seen some programs that don't require a lab for general biology and your general chemistry, but there are programs that require it. And you will see that delineation in terms of how many credit hours. So for me, when I was doing my undergraduate degree, my biology course was 3 credits, but my biology lab was 1 credit, and it was like a separate course in and of itself. And that would be the same thing in terms of the delineation of how the program will say, hey, this is what I need from you. I need a 3-credit general biology or a 3-credit general chemistry, and you can figure it out based on that. And if there's any confusion on what exactly you need, again, just call the programs. What are you doing? Anyways, If you guys have any other questions for me, now is your time. I'm here for like 9 more minutes ish.
9?
Yeah, I mean ish. If you guys don't have any other questions, then I will get off. You can always again leave the next schools that you want me to research, and we'll do that next week Tuesday. And I'll put it up on what school it is going to be either on Monday or Tuesday morning, so you can stay tuned for that.
So in conclusion with PCOM, what is your top, I guess, thing that you like about what you saw about the school? And is there anything that cautions you or concerns you?
I mean, I kind of said it already. My main thing was I really like the fact that there was no requirements for sorry, I got distracted by Beat Face Danny. She said, "And leave my YouTube name alone. It's a beauty community thing."
My bad, Danny. My bad. I ain't in the beauty community. That's why. Because I ain't beautiful.
And he's just old, but it's okay.
It's not old.
Yes, it's you and old. That's an old head.
What dude at any age know what beat face means? That's not when I'm talking to dudes. I'm like, yo, her face is beat.
Yes.
No, that's a negative. Ain't nobody when I go hoop, I'm gonna go hoop with some dudes. And we look at some female walk by, her face is beat. It ain't. No, it's not a shoot. But it's cool. Look, you're beautiful. I see your picture. If that's really you bomb. But the name, I wasn't used to the name. Sorry. I'm not there. Sorry.
Grant said none of them for what dudes. So
Thank you, Grant.
Whatever. Anyways, like my main things was that what I really like is the fact that they don't have any standardized test requirements. I think that is a huge weight lifted off of some people that don't want to take like GRE or PA-CAT. And it's also something that they don't have to spend more money on. Those tests cost as well. So you can take that $135, $100 that you were going to spend on that test and put it towards 2 programs, that you want to apply to. So those are things that really you take into consideration when you're trying to figure out like, where is this money coming from? And that's always something that I, had in mind. And then the one like kind of negative, I guess you could say, or thing that I had an issue with was just the usability and the ease of the website. Like I know there's 2 different campuses and, trying to figure all of that stuff out. I think if it could be a lot easier, a lot more simplified in terms of how I can go through to find the things that I really want to know, which is your accreditation status, and your requirements for PA school. Those are like the main things. If those are clear up front, then it will take it to the next level. So, all right. A. Landry said, long-time follower of your channel, enjoyed your discussion. Did you have students in your PA program who were 40 years and older? I applied when I was in the U.S. Army years ago in my late 20s. So no, I didn't have anybody that was 40, but they were approaching 40. And so they were like 36.
That ain't close.
That's 4 years away.
That's not
That's
close.
4 years away.
You don't
and
say 40.
I think they were like,
say like
no,
39.
and they were 36 when they started.
36.
They were 36 when they started, so that's like 38 when they graduated. So I'm like close.
You're talking about applying at 40, not graduating at 38.
I'm just saying, I didn't have. I preemptively
However,
said
there
it.
are definitely, and if you haven't seen Landry, Adanna, you've been a follower, so I'm sure you have seen it. But obviously, there are definitely PA students who are over 40.
Yeah.
Even there
was a guy that was like 54 or something like that. So like I said,
they're there.
Schooling in general, like anybody can go back to school. You just have to have the wherewithal and the desire to do so, and then the drive, because it's not going to be easy. There are going to be some things that you have to do, but I'll see the white male that was 56. So yeah, but in my program, like the oldest was in their late 30s, and the youngest had just turned 21 once we started school. Wasn't even 21 yet. So very wide range. And then Sarah said, please make a video on study tips and passing studying for prerequisites. Okay, yeah, I'll see what I can do, Sarah. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining me and watching. Again, leave whatever schools you would like me to do next. Thanks, Aunt. Thanks, babe, for joining me.
That's what I do. No thanks
I
needed.
appreciate you. Join me again next week Sunday as I do another video for you.
Shout
and come
out-
back on Tuesday.
Shout
okay?
out to beautiful face Danny. I appreciate you. That's your new name. Every time I see that, I know what it means now. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'll tell my babe, you beat.
Thank
you beat in the face.
Thank you. All right. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.